Welcome back. No, we're not all IT, you see?
What that mean?
So it's not every day that we get to celebrate 70 years of excellence.
I like where you ended it.
But Chancellor Hall is doing just that with their Super Lions Awards. From Prime Minister Andrew Holness to Chief Justice Brian Sykes, this event is honoring some of Jamaica's finest leaders. We've got Chairman of the Organizing Committee, Michael McNaughton, and Chancellor Hall Chairman, Rashawn Winter, here to tell us all about the incredible legacies being recognized. Welcome, gentlemen.
Welcome. Thank you very much.
It's so good to have you.
Yes, yes.
Let's jump on.
70 years. I mean, there must be a significant milestone. Talk to us about the significance of this milestone.
Yes, it is quite significant. I mean, Chancellor Hall has always been about legacy. I mean, part of our operational excellence is as a result of the fact that there has always been continuity with the past, the present, and then, you know, obviously the future will fall into play.
Yes.
I mean, our past alumni have always been integrally involved in the hall. Whether it's from the perspective of mentorship, whether it's from the perspective of financial support, or just liming on the hall,
yes,
right? Learning from the present residents. So that has always been something that's important to us. The persons who've passed through the hall in the past is a very significant component of Chancellor Hall's history. We've had 5 prime ministers who were resident on the hall, who were also recognized as Super Lions. We've had governor generals, academics, professors, and, you know, leaders of industry. So the Super Lion Awards is actually in its 52nd year. Yes, it started in 1972. Was the brainchild of the warden at that time, Mr. Winston Wright. And I mean, you know, the who's who in terms of excellence have been recognized. The likes of Walter Rodney, which we all know about. He lived on Chancellor Hall. When I was hall chairman in 1987, I'll date myself. I mean, we recognized Orlando Patterson. And as a chancellor, right, it was so, you know, impactful to me to meet the great Orlando Patterson, professor at Harvard, who, you know, is doing so many, you know, great things, right? He came down and we recognized him. And when you look at all of the persons who've been recognized over the years, that legacy is such a strong one. And it is as a result of that why the current residents on Hall, and I will dare say the future residents who will come on Chancellor Hall, they just adopt these principles in terms of, you know, our own orientation and teaching them some of the tenets and principles, you know, that make us mans. We call ourselves mans.
That's what I was going to ask. You know, not all of us were blessed to be on Chancellor Hall, okay? Some of us, you know, we didn't get that opportunity.
It's an all-male hall.
Oh, well, you know, that's good to know too. Right, so, but how would you say, having, you know, been on or are on the hall, how would you say Chancellor Hall contributes to developing leaders in the region?
Well, firstly, I think that Chancellor Hall has this, because we consider ourselves the atrium of male excellence and leadership. Chancellor Hall firstly creates a support system. So upon your entry, you are placed in a batch in orientation, and you're all made to rely on each other's strengths. And apart from that, we have a focus on, you know, activism and also leadership nationally. And we are taught or made to find solutions. We're very active in like debating on all those sorts of events. So we're actively pursuing how to better Jamaica, not just Jamaica, but the wider region. I think it's a part of the unwritten curriculum here at Chancellor.
Awesome, awesome. I mean, I know I am actively pursuing the ability to have the resonance in my voice like Mr. McNaughton, who spoke and will be speaking more about why we're celebrating the legacy. What inspired the theme, celebrating legacy? It could be any theme. What inspired that theme specifically?
Okay, so it really is premised on us as past Chancellor rights, enabling the current persons on hall to appreciate and to, you know, well, realize what it is that they've been taught. When you interface with someone who, you know, is the like of a Stephen Francis, who was on hall, went through the same things that we all go through in terms of sports representation and management of our own teams, whether at the block or at the hall, and now he is literally a global phenomenon in terms of coaching, right? It is really, you know, through this type of event that, you know, we bring that home to the young lions.
It seems like there's so much greatness that comes through Chancellor Hall. Tell me about the selection process for the award recipients. How do you choose them?
Okay, so we have a very structured and formal committee, and part of that committee is actually award selection. It is chaired by Dr. Trevor Monroe, who is also a past Super Lion. Other members on the committee are the Honorable Bruce Golding, former Prime Minister, who is also a past Super Lion, and the Honorable Arnold Bertram. So they constitute the committee. There are guidelines in terms of the selection of the members. This year, for the first time, we extended the nominations through social media, and we had probably about 26 nominations, from which we selected the 6 persons who will be honored this year.
I really want to push it. I want to get from you, Rashawn. Can you speak experientially about how leaders are developed at Chancellor Hall, from your experience and observation?
Right. I mean, the first thing, as I said, and you asked for my own experience, I'm hall chairman. I just looking back at coming in. The first thing is that you are taught to, we have this concept of heart and foot bottom. You know, they always tell you heart and foot bottom. Heart and foot bottom for us at Chancellor is actually a concept that encourages you to stand out and to fight and to dig deep within to fight for what you believe. I'm saying that there's this unwritten curriculum that's a part of our orientation process that, you know, it's a series of events. And from that, I think leadership is almost natural. So I can remember coming in at Chancellor Hall. You can walk on any part of the university and you can know a Chancellor fresher. Right. Of course, we are wearing our black pants or white shirt, and every day going back to hall, you're encouraged, go out there, be a leader, be different. You understand? And so I really have to give credit to even my seniors at the time who ensured that we took up the mantle. And even now, I can be here. I am actually not just the hall chairman, but I'm the leader of the hall cohort on the Guild Council. So.
You can tell. You can see it from you. So tell us really quickly about the banquet. So it's happening October the 26th. And anybody can come, or it's only for a few selected persons, or how does that work?
All right, so all intents and purposes, it's a Chancellor Hall event. So the patrons are typically Chancellor rights, past, present, and their connections. So I wouldn't say it is an event that's just open to anybody. You know, tickets are being sold, and I mean, we will not turn away someone who turns up with a ticket, you know, which they've purchased. You know, but the fact still remains that it has always been an internal event for Chancellor rights and their connections. So while we were an all-male hall, there will be women who are present who are the wives of Chancellor rights to actually be a part of that celebration of excellence.
Love it, love it.
Let me just establish some connections. You know, I want to turn up my ticket. You know, I've got some connections.
Wishing all the best for the event. Wishing all the best for the present, past, and future Chancellor rights.
Very impressed, man. Amazing stories. Amazing stories.
Yeah, hope it goes well.
Amazing stories of leadership and legacy. It's time for another break. But there's so much more coming up on Sunrise, where the fun rise. So stay tuned.